Hey everybody, thought I'd do an update video. I know it's been a while since I made my last video and there's a reason for that I'll get into in just a minute. I just thought I'd make an update because my last video was before my brain surgery and I was like, oh my gosh, what if somebody who doesn't keep up with me personally saw that video, saw that it's been a while and thinks something bad happened. It's not the case. The surgery actually went really well. It went, everything went according to plan. They placed the stent in my artery in my brain to actually make those aneurysms shrink down right and just join right back to my regular artery as it's supposed to. So that's the plan. A big reason why I haven't made a video in a while is because my doctor put me on blood thinners for 6 months. And the reason that I have those blood thinners is because they put a foreign object in an artery in my brain. And so what the body tends to do is clot around the foreign object. And so the blood thinners is so that my blood just keeps flowing just fine. So I don't have any kind of blood clots because that could be dangerous. That could lead to strokes and all kinds of bad things. So that's why I'm on blood thinners for a 6-month period. And it has been rough. Blood thinners are just not fun. The main side effect of blood thinners for me personally is that it really drains my energy, which is why I have not made a YouTube video since my surgery, and I've really slowed down on making content for Instagram and TikTok because blood thinners really just take a lot out of me. And normally I do these videos while my kids nap, but it's gotten to the point where when they nap, I need to rest as well. And so this is me pushing through to make a video while my kids are napping upstairs right now. I'll probably make another video later on, just going more into how blood thinners have really affected my body in several ways. But just know that it's been rough. But anyways, I wanted to share with you a couple of things. First of all, the surgery went great, and an even bigger testimony is that, the months leading up to that surgery, I was really just having a hard time mentally just dealing with everything, that I was gonna have to have brain surgery, that there was aneurysms in my brain, that I could possibly die from the surgery. And so I was just really battling with fear and anxiety. But man, God knows exactly what we need to hear. Like the month or two leading up to my surgery, 4 different people at 4 different times, they didn't talk about it at all with each other. 4 different people gave me the exact same verse, which I know was definitely God. One person was my uncle, who I haven't even seen in person in years. Another 2 people were from church. Actually 3 people were from church, but it was at different times and different locations even, and just they didn't know that the other people had given me that verse, which I really just thought was orchestrated by God. And the verse was from Psalm 118:17. I got my Bible here, which says, I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. And so here I am. I didn't die, I lived, and I'm here to declare the works of the Lord. And the works of the Lord is that He gave me such peace, especially like the day before surgery. God spoke to me a word about, He just reminded me of the story in the Bible of the 12 spies that were checking out Canaan, which was the promised land from God. And of those 12 spies, 10 of them chose fear. 10 of them said, oh no, Canaan is filled with giant people. We're like crickets to them, and just, it's impossible. We can't take this land. And 2 people stood on God's promise and said, the Lord has promised us this land. We just need to walk into it. And so God just reminded me of that story, and just, I really settled in my heart when He put that story on my mind, that I want to walk in promise and not fear, because I was scared of my brain surgery, because, especially with my eye surgery going so wrong, I was just in fear that something was going to go wrong with my brain surgery as well. But that night, God reminded me to walk in His promise, that, His promises are already ours. We just need to walk into it, and we just need to believe in it and receive it. And so that's what I decided to do. So the morning of my surgery, I was just complete peace, not a single fear in my mind. And when everything went so well, I was even joking around with the nurses after, and I was supposed to stay in an ICU room because I had to stay at the hospital one night, and I was supposed to stay in an ICU room, but while we were waiting for an ICU room to be open, the nurses called my doctor and they were like, she's down here like joking around and making everybody laugh. I don't think she needs an ICU room. So I got to stay in a regular room at the hospital that night, which was just, everything just went so smoothly with that surgery, and it was just all God, and I just felt complete peace the entire time, and it was just truly amazing. Which leads me to my next point. I actually have to have surgery again next month. My surgery date is April 18th. It's not as involved as my last surgery, so this is another angiogram procedure where they're gonna go through my artery again, near my leg. Technically it's the groin. But they're gonna go through my artery again, all the way up to my brain, but this time they're not gonna do anything other than just kind of take scans of, basically, they're taking scans of all the inner workings of my brain from inside my brain. It's pretty fascinating. The reason they are doing that is because, like I said, since that surgery in October, I've been on blood thinners for 6 months. In that 6-month time, those 2 aneurysms should have shrunken back down to just rejoin my artery. And so when they take that angiogram, they're just gonna scan and make sure everything looks good, the aneurysms are gone, and then at that point, I'll be able to wean off blood thinners, which I am so excited for, because like I said, blood thinners have been a rough journey. So April should be my last surgery for a while. I say for a while because the fact is, I had an AVM, which behind my eye, that's what made my eye blind, and then they also found 2 aneurysms. So I had all these weird abnormalities in my brain. It's pretty rare that somebody my age, I'm 32, that somebody my age would have 1 aneurysm, much less 2. And so the doctors are just, they want to be safe and make sure that I don't have some kind of condition that is causing all these abnormalities. So what I have been told is that basically for the rest of my life, every 5 to 10 years, I'm going to have this brain surgery where they go in, scan the inside of my brain from my arteries to make sure nothing else is happening in there that's not supposed to be. It's a pretty overwhelming thing to hear when I'm 32, that for the rest of my life, I'm gonna have my brain entered every 5 to 10 years. But I'm trying to think about that too much, and I'm trying to just hold on to the victory of right now, which is next month will be my last surgery for a while, because it's been a crazy almost 1.5 years. Ever since my surgery, my first surgery that went wrong in December of 2021, this is going to be my 7th surgery within a span of 16 months, which is just really crazy to think about. And so, at least on the bright side, I'll have a 5-year break at least this time around. So I'm just trying to handle the now. But anyways, I just want to thank you guys all for your support. You know, throughout this entire journey, I have felt so much love and support and just care from all my friends and family. So I just want to thank you. Like I said, I haven't exactly had a lot of energy to be making videos right now with just all the medications that I'm on for my brain. So the best way to stay updated with me is to follow me on Instagram or TikTok. So make sure you're following me there and keep an eye out for my next video.